travelers. Today we're going to be looking into finding international award flights and kind of searching several different ways to do that. And I'm going to use a reader story for that purpose. So this particular reader has a relative having an internship in Hong Kong next spring, and she and her husband would like to go visit, ideally in business class if possible. They pretty much only have Alaska Atmos points, which is great because Alaska Atmos points are wonderful. And so I'm going to show you the first tool we're going to use, and then we'll move on to Points. So first we're going to go to something called Seats.aero. And here it is. There is a good free version, but we're only going to be able to use pro features to do the searching here. But I just want to show you how I'm able to search using this tool without having to do a lot of searches on either Alaska or Points to find award availability. And so I'm going to use Seats.aero's Explore feature, which is right up here. And I'm going to only select Alaska Atmos. And what Seats.aero is going to do is right away show me flights from North America to anywhere only using Atmos or Alaska Airline miles. It defaults to 60 days. We're going to try the full year because, of course, we're looking for next spring. And okay, so where you can see here's Toronto to Doha. That's not really that helpful for our purposes, but what we can do is in the bottom here, we're going to search. So first of all, we're going to search for next spring, and I'm going to only search for, I'm going to start just by searching for April. And then I'm going to use their home airport, Seattle, and then we're going to try Hong Kong and see what comes up using only Alaska points. Okay, so first notice there are direct flights, and there are a number of those from Seattle to Hong Kong in economy. You could certainly do that and get there very inexpensively points-wise. But if we're looking for business class, let's take a look at this. There's a lot of availability, as you can see, and 110,000 points to get to Asia is a pretty good value. And what this is showing, though, the reason there are so many awards is that there is whenever an airline like Alaska or an award program has new routes or has a new partner, they oftentimes release a lot of availability. And so right now, this reader has an excellent opportunity to snag some great flights that might not be available other times, or you might have to do further in advance or wait till the last minute to do. And so what we're going to do here is show, let's see, and it's because Alaska recently announced a partnership with Philippine Airlines. And so this flight goes Seattle to Manila, Manila to Hong Kong. There's only one seat there. Here's 2 seats in this flight with a slightly longer layover. And this is available on many days. If it were me, I would probably go for the business class with a layover rather than a 14-hour flight in economy. But obviously you could choose a lot of things. So now let's turn to Points. Now here we are back at Points, which we've used a couple of times before. And we're going to run this we're not the same search. We're actually going to run the search for Seattle to Hong Kong. And it's going to, because we know there's award availability there in that early April, or a lot of times in April, I'm just going to search a bunch of days, and we're going to run that search. And I will pause this while the search is going on. Okay, so the search is completed now, and we can see that a lot of flights are coming up, but we're just going to search for business class and using any airline. I'm not going to sort yet for Alaska because I want to show you something that sometimes can come up that can trip you up. So the first thing that comes up is here's Alaska Airlines and Cathay Pacific, Seattle to, that's Japan, and then to Hong Kong, 89,000 points. Now it's a lot more taxes and fees than Alaska, but that's, it could be potentially a good value. However, if we look at it, it's a mixed cabin award. And the longer flight here, the 12-hour flight, is economy. And the business class flight is the shorter one, although it's 4 hours, the second one. So you really want to make sure you've got that you're searching for the right thing here. So now we're going to go up to airline programs and only search Alaska Atmos. And we're going to see here, again, some of these Manila flights. Again, 19 hours. So we've got 110,000 points and $41 in taxes. And so I hope you can see that this could be a good way to book it. What I recommended this reader does, because they have a lot of points at Alaska, is to go ahead and book a flight on a date they might want to go. The reason being that it's very easy to cancel or change. If the reader has an Alaska Summit card, you can do so without any penalty, but I think there might be about $50 that you would pay if you did change the flight. But if they're looking at a couple months when they know their dates more specifically, these flights may not be available at the time. So it could be worth that, or even getting the Summit card, so then you have the opportunity to cancel free of charge. Just grab the flights and then make other ones if you find something better. I hope that's helpful, and I'm also showing you some of the pitfalls for things, some of the interesting features of word programs and when they have more availability than not. And next time we're going to be searching using Avios. Thanks for watching.